Looks like we found our way to week 2. This is Scotty Gex again, the instructor for the heavy equipment preventive maintenance course. And I'm not going to have a video every time you turn around, but there's a lot I'm asking of you in this week 2 module to get us a solid footing on this preventive maintenance stuff. So I decided I would go through this module and take a peek at all of the things I'm asking. And so let's start with kind of going over the basics with you guys. And some of you guys have been here quite some time. You know what a week module looks like. You can see my arrow going up and down, and these are live links. And the overview is right here's where I'm going to put this video, because the overview is expansive to say the least. So I'm going to take a look at that guy, and let's see if it'll come up. So it's more of a summary this time. I felt like doing this in this manner instead of just like objective 1, 2, broke it down a little bit. So in this module, this module will identify and utilize resources covering heavy equipment preventive maintenance. Reading material, and this is going to be important this time, will include these 3 topics. What is a preventive maintenance program? Why is preventive maintenance important? And preparing a preventive maintenance program. So we're going to do this all in 1 week. So get it read, make note of the important items. We'll take a peek at the test. There will be a quiz over these 3 reading assignments right here. And continuing on, it says locate resources for performing maintenance. And I think what I'm alluding to there is the John Deere 160 GLC and John Deere 180 GLC operator maintenance manual will be available in this course. And I have mailed out or attached one to an email to each of you. If you didn't get it, let me know. It's yours to keep. And we'll be using it for our scavenger hunt, et cetera, et cetera. But when I say locate resources, okay, what is the first resource you could think of for performing maintenance? Well, I'm hoping you're thinking in your mind the operator's manual. That's the beginning of everything. When you get a new piece of equipment, that's the first thing you do before you do anything, is go through that manual. So we're going to evaluate the maintenance, what do we need to do. We're going to be able to identify the correct owner's manual for a specific type of heavy equipment. Well, that's a given this time. And we're going to describe a preventive maintenance program and its purposes. And we'll talk about what do we do to build one of those preventive maintenance program. I can't emphasize the importance of a program systematic for preventive maintenance. It's just essential. If you have one piece of equipment, I have a little John Deere tractor at home, and I have the operator manual, and I have notes in it. I have where to find the engine oil weight, for the ambient temperature around here. I have all those things listed. So this is your textbook, the OEMM. Here's some terms you're probably familiar with, Mo. The operator maintenance manual trim. Lubrication and greasing. The ultimate goal of a lubricant is to reduce unwanted friction, the resistance encountered when solid surfaces slide against each other. This friction reduction is accomplished by physically separating 2 solid surfaces with a thin layer of lubricant, such as oils or grease. In other words, the actual metal surfaces do not make contact when it's properly. The tracks, I guess there's a picture somewhere right there, maybe got down here below. it says in the picture below. And the heavy equipment are mounted on tracks instead of tires. Tracks provide better traction stability. I'll let you read all this. Oil and fluid analysis, analyzing engine oil and hydraulic oil in your equipment is like sending your blood to the lab for tests. And an oil analysis can give you clues about the condition of your engine and hydraulic system. It acts as an early warning system. For our in-person training with this course, which will take place probably week 8, 7, 9, 10, I don't have the dates yet. I'm going to try to set up an oil sampling visit with maybe the John Deere dealership down there in Oklahoma City, and perhaps we could do that with the rental company we use in Atlanta. We'll see. Service intervals are so important, and you can find those in the operator's manual, and I'm going to give you some clues for that. Refers to equipment operation time. Total number of hours of equipment has been operated. These hours are tracked by the service hour meter, which, much like the odometer in your automobile, keeps track of the miles driven. So engine running hours, same as above. When that engine running, the hour meter is tracking its idle time. Fleet equipment manager, is involved in purchase of new equipment. That's a pretty weighty job to have. Takes a pretty good background to get that job. The maintainer is a mechanic or a technician. Fluid levels, pressures, required amounts of fluid, etc. Lockout point controls, mechanical alarm. These are all things that you may know, those of you that have experience in heavy equipment operation. And I think you do, most of you, because I think we either require that you went through one of our certificate programs or have at least 3 years in heavy equipment operation. If you don't, let me know so I can respectfully single you out and make sure you're staying on track with us. This will be covered a little bit. The groove patterns on tire surface enhance traction and gets rid of the water. In other words, so you don't hydroplane. Tread depth, those are all things. This is a really brief look at an undercarriage right here. And but I want you to understand that this is a idler, and this is the front idler. This front idler is adjustable to keep sag, the appropriate sag, we'll call it, in the track up here. It looks taut down here, not really. When you go in reverse in a track, this tightens up and it puts a little bit more wear on both the sprocket, and behind the sprocket is the drive. I can't think of the name. What surface hardness? The hydrostatic little motor that drives the tractor moves it down the road. Let me say it that way. Okay, I don't want to keep following this. I want to get back out of this overview. I'm going to put the video in here, and we'll be going over this as well. Let me go up here to upper left, click on course modules, and it's going to take me down here. We've already seen the syllabus and things like that. So here is the John Deere maintenance. Now, I've got page 29 noted here because I'm going to tell you why. I'm not necessarily going to go there, but I will download this, and all you need to know on this assignment below will be, you can download it and it'll show up right here by clicking here. I don't want to wait and do that right now. But this whole manual will show up right here, and you will go to page 29, and that's going to tell you where to find all these oil intervals and things like that you're going to be asked about during the assessment. Back. the week 2 assignment. I said assessment and assignment. So here is the first reading assignment. What is preventive maintenance? What is a preventive maintenance program? Why is routine and preventive maintenance important? You know, routine is like oil changes. You know you're going to do it. And preventive maintenance is close to the same, but this will break it down for you. How to prepare a routine and preventive maintenance program. And this will get you prepared for the week 2 assignment. I've got a little note right there. In the tailgate, time management is key to getting through this thing. We've already talked about this once, I think, in our intro to the soils course. But let's see what we got in here. So I'm asking you to think in terms of Monday through Sunday, how much time. That's what we work on a week. I want you to put together a rough draft. I think I talk about this down here, but these are just prompts. Consider them, where did I say were rough draft? I want you to make sure, all right, syllabus, so coursework I do. I want you to make sure we stay on track, however, don't want to overload. The following are not questions. Consider them as talking or thinking points. Think in terms of Monday through Sunday. How much time can you set aside for each, as you notice this, let's see, how much time can you set aside each week to work on that week's program? And what days of the week will you do that? Put together a rough draft of that. Just when nothing, about your personal life, just when you might be able to take time out. Don't forget Saturdays. A module is a set of learning resources, and we've covered that. That's 1 week's worth of assignments and reading material and quizzes, excuse me. You can read all this stuff, but now getting to the discussion, I've kind of told you what I want. And I'm not going back over how much these are worth. Just don't forget you got to have 3 of them, or chances of you not passing this assignment will be ample. Think in terms of Monday through Sunday. How much time can you set aside for each module per week? Put together a rough draft or outline of how you might spend your time. I think I'm just repeating myself, but that's good. Your first 2 replies to another student must be submitted by Thursday, 11:59. Use this module as an example to discuss among yourselves. How much time will you need to complete this module? How much work time will it take you? 3 hours a week, to complete a week's worth? I said here, let me help. Starting at the bottom of the module under weekly assignments, there are 2 quizzes. I took away 1 just recently because it was about cranes, and we don't do cranes anymore. On the instructional resources at the top of the module, that's where you'll find the answers for these quizzes. How much time will it take you to go through this material? Keeping in mind these 2 assignments. In other words, take a look at this and think about how much time it's going to take you to read those 3 things that we talked about at the very beginning up there. And then take a peek at the assignment and think about, let's say, keeping in mind the due dates for each of the 3 required posts, the reading material that prepares you for the week 2 assignment and the week 2 quiz itself. Give me a schedule for the week. Can you complete this week's worth within 2 hours? 3 hours? You think about that. So I'm not asking you to directly answer the question. I'm giving you food for thought. You will be graded on the quality of your content or your reply. For each response submitted on time, you will be awarded an additional 5 points. I'm going through my rubric. The initial post is worth up to, not necessarily, it depends on the quality of your post, would be up to 35 points. The next post, the first of two replies to another student, has a possible 35 points. And the third post, your second of two replies to another student, is a possible 30 points. So 35, 35 is 70 and 30. So there's your 100 points. Easy, right? Don't forget, if you leave out or forget to put in this second post right here, first of two replies, you will have a score of 65, which means you will fail this assignment. So, are there any questions on how to participate in this discussion? How to respond directly to another student? Do you know how to do that? Give me a call, and I've got to do it on time and do it right. Here is that rubric if you want to see it. We looked at it. No, we didn't. It takes a while to load, but it's worth taking a look. It tells you, you'll get an idea of how I grade you. So that takes care of our week 2 tailgate. There's more I want to talk about in this particular week. Okay, we talked about the routine, and this is all your reading assignment. Right up here is your operator manual, which you will need down here for this, preparing a routine assignment. Now look what I want you to do. I'm going to look at this. Okay, there's your book, but you have a copy that you can scroll yourself. I think unless I edit this, I'm going to run out of room, but let's just take a look. This is your book. You can click this when you download this book. You will have it downloaded. It'll be downloaded when you get here. But remember, I sent you one that that's been downloaded, so keep it by your side. It's in PDF form. If you want to get it printed, you can do that, or just make sure you have access to it while you're going through these modules without messing up your proctorial remote proctor. Sounds like I'm repeating myself. This is what you might want to look at for your assignment, like your essay assignments. Here's how I score those. This is not the same as the way I score the responses in your tailgate, but this is something I keep in mind, like 60, 40, 20, 0, right? So up to, these are all up to. So accuracy, do you fully understand? Partial understanding, little understanding. Take a look at that if you want. And meantime, I'm going to go back to, where do I want to go next? Let's read what I say here. Using the reading material and preparing a routine and preventive maintenance plan, answer the 5 questions below. Each question is worth 20 points. There it is. Go to page 29 in the OMM for periodic maintenance. Okay, that's when do you change oil, when do you grease it, when do you change hydraulic oil, all of those routine things that you do, you will find on page 29 or thereabouts. So here's the questions, and you will answer these in a textbook. And remember, you have access to this manual, I think, both here and in your the one I sent you. I know you have access in it and above on up here in the week 2. Let's go see it, and then we'll come back here. Hold on. Go sit and we'll come back. Here it is right here. Bam. You click on that and you'll have access to 3 million pages right here. and you'll go to page 29, and that's where you're going to get all of the answers to these questions that are back in that assignment. So remember, this is a scrollable, movable. Select the page you want. I think it has a find a page on it, all that kind of stuff. But I'm telling you, right here is where you're going to get most of your answers for the routine or periodic maintenance. Okay, let's go back and finish looking at those questions. Week 2 assignment. Here's where we were. So the first one, what should a preventive maintenance program cover? Well, preparing a routine preventive maintenance is probably going to start out telling you 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 things that's supposed to be in a maintenance. Read through that, write it down, and that'll be your answer. Who should be responsible for administering the program? Well, you're going to have to appoint someone, that's over all the technicians, that's keeping up with the books and the things like that. But that'll be in that preventive maintenance. Using your file that I sent you for the operator and maintenance manual of the John Deere 160-180 GLC excavator, which look here again, you can download the daggum thing. Determine when the scheduled service intervals will occur. And here are the whens and the whats. I need the service interval for the engine oil change, right? I need the service interval for the hydraulic oil change, right? I need the service interval for the engine coolant, and list the specifications for each fluid. For training purposes, your geographical location has a temperature range of 15 degrees Fahrenheit to 98 degrees Fahrenheit yearly. So you're in this range, and that's going to help you decide whether you need a 20 weight, 10 weight, 40 weight, motor oil. I don't know what it'll tell you about the engine coolant, and I don't know what it'll tell you about the hydraulic oil change. I don't know if it'll go into that, but it'll tell you the weight of the hydraulic oil, I think. Give me all the information you can get on that. But I do know when we get into engine oil, where that went, right here, you're going to need to know this ambient temperature range right here to select the first number, which is really kind of the weight of the oil. So what happens at 10 hours? That's daily. What do you do at 10 hours? You almost get 250. Find what happens there. 2,000 hours, that's a year. 500 hours, that's like 6 months, I think. 250 hours is a month. I'm not real sure about this, but it'll all be in there. What kind of equipment and parts do you think you will need? And how shall documentation of equipment maintenance be done? Most of this will come from the reading material, and this right here, tools would be a wrench, right? One that'll fit the oil pan drain, things like that, just whatever you think. This is a heavy duty assignment, but we didn't come here to crochet. We came here to learn and learn as much as we can about keeping our equipment up and running. Those, a couple of you may have been through the estimating course, and maybe you got a taste of how much that excavator costs you when it's not running. It's just sitting there. It's costing you money when it's just sitting there, right? Nobody's using it, but you still have to pay for it. Okay, let me go back and see if I can wind this thing down. This is an exception. I usually don't give a video every week, but this is just full of stuff. No messing around from the get-go in this course. Let's see. So this quiz will come from the reading material, as it says. See what it shows up when I have week 2 quiz, reading and material review. So it's pretty simple if you do your reading. It's going to be due October 20th, and let's go down here and see if we can take a look at the cheat and take a look at the first question to get an idea we're looking at. This quiz is what is preventive maintenance program. This right here actually takes you to the article, I think, but if not, you go back up there where the reading under instructional resources. So look at here. The first one, which of these instances are proactive maintenance and which are reactive? All right, everything's set back. This is right. Is replacing a flat tire proactive or reactive? Well, it's reactive. You're not going to replace it until it's flat. Checking the oil, that's proactive. You're not going to wait till you run out of oil, right? Changing the oil, that's periodic. That's proactive. Repairing backup alarms, that's reactive. It broke, so you got to fix it. That's a reaction. Daily inspections, those are proactive. You're going to inspect that thing whether you think you need to or not. What is putting air in a low tire? That's reactive. See, these are easy. You're not going to have a problem with this. Trust me. All right, you're just going to have a heavy load this week. Then I'm not going to change that. Okay, let me wind this down by saying this is a really good course. I am not a super technician. I do know a little bit about it, but we have a good book to go by, and that's a big 500-700 page book, but we'll just be looking at a couple or three different chapters, talking about wear, things like that. And I've probably already talked about most of this. Let's see. Let me get my glasses, look at my little notes, and see if I'm leaving out anything. Checking track tension. I'm not sure. That'll be in, let's see, preventive maintenance. Where is the... Oh, that'll be in inspections. That'll be in week 4. I'll look ahead to week 4. I will look ahead to week 4. See, nothing's published yet except for week 1, because I want you to have, from the time you get in the course, you'll be able to start looking at that. And that Monday, the 7th, I'll open this preventive maintenance pretest. I want you to get that done and out of the way. Here, I missed it before, but I don't think I did. But it's that introduction to Canvas for students. It's a video. Okay, that's enough of that.